Hey pups, RB here, and I decided to do something a little bit different for this channel, and by reading the title, this is an r/entitled parents video. Now before we begin, if any of you have not heard of r/entitled parents, it's a very popular subreddit on many YouTube channels that are Reddit reading YouTube channels and whatnot. And the best way I can describe an entitled parent is by linking said subreddit or by reading the definition on Urban Dictionary, which will also be linked in the description as well. r/entitled parents is a subreddit currently being featured on many Reddit reading YouTube channels that features stories about parents holding themselves to higher standards than others because they have kids. It contains many fake stories. Now, be forewarned that this subreddit also does contain fake stories as said in the definition, so I would take these with a grain of salt, if you will. Hopefully these stories may or may not be fake, but they are very entertaining to read. Now, if you want an example of an entitled parent, let's say this. Say you have something that costs a lot of money that you rewarded yourself with because you worked very hard. Say you have a candy bar or a treat or a video game or a toy or just something. Let's say you have the brand new iPhone. You worked very hard for it, you bought it yourself, and up walks an entitled parent with their child, and they say the following: "Give my child your iPhone. They deserve it more than you, and if you don't, then you're a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean moron. I can't say that in front of my angel." And then, when you don't abide to their wishes or obey their every whim, they go off on a tangent and throw a temper tantrum in the middle of a public area. Yeah. That's basically your average entitled parent for you. These creatures are normally found in stores, parks, and anywhere else that involves kids. That being said, let's get right into the subreddit. Now before I start reading these, this is not professionally made and I apologize deeply for that. Now then, let's get into the reading for real this time. This first story is called "Entitled Parent Steals All My Tickets at Chuck E. Cheese's." Hi, in case you're wondering, I love Chuck E. Cheese. I even shout that out in my username. Despite that, I have some shitty experiences there, but none worse than this. So last year, I went with my friend, and we're short. Well, compared to our ages then, we were both 11. I was 4'10", he was 5'1", and we were having fun. Later on when they did the ticket splash, things got shitty. And now we have our cast. Me, God, who knows who that could be? F as friend, M as manager, EM as entitled mom, EK entitled kid, TT ticket tosser, AK amazing kid, AD amazing dad. So it went like planned. They danced, tossed tickets. Kids went in total scramble for the tickets. There were 2 tickets that were right in front of me. EK dove for them, while I just reached down to grab them. "Oh, did you want these? Here." EK ran to his mom, EK crying, "Mommy, he stole my tickets!" Note, he was only like 4, and his little pea brain probably just learned how to say mommy. Friend, what's all that about? Me, I don't know. I offered him the tickets. F, just walk up to him and give him the tickets. Me, you're right, I'll do that now. I walk up to him and his mom. The mom is fucking pissed. Me, here, I'm sorry, here's the tickets. I'm sorry, man, for... She cuts me off. "Listen here, didn't the little brats learn about not bullying last year in 2nd grade? Me, first of all, it's not nice to call some kid a brat. Second of all, I'm in 6th grade. EK, "Mommy, I'm scared of him." EM, "You son of a bitch! If you even get near my son one more time, I will kill you." TT, "Okay, what's going on here?" Then, like Batman coming to save Gotham, AK and AD come in and save the day. AK, "This mom right here, yeah, you." Like the fucking erupting cow, EM strikes back.
You punk! You fucking punk! Go to hell! How can you let your kids do this, you cunt? If you don't speak up, I'm calling CPS!
AD, if anything, I should call CPS on you.
That's it! You little brat, say goodbye to your precious tickets! I'm going to take all your tickets because all of you are too old for this shit!
We got mad, but still kept our cool. Friend, ma'am, you're pretty much teaching your kid that theft is good. AK, yeah, what your kid sees you as an inspiration. AD, listen, take a moment to think about what you're doing. Me, exactly. Make up your mind, are you a good parent or a bad one? We thought we stopped her, but nope, not even close.
Shut up, you little bitch!
Next thing I know, she trips me and drops me onto the floor, and it hurt badly. Took her tickets and left. Later on, she came back.
Forgot to get a prize!
Manager, stop right there! The manager tackled her to the ground. In the end, she got permanently banned from Chuck E. Cheese's, and we all got 1,000 free tickets. This is my first post here, and I'm on mobile, so sorry if it's confusing. No, you were good right there, man. Okay, first of all, I'm not 100% sure if this subreddit story is fake or not, but oh my Lanta, the fact that this kid is probably like maybe 12 at this point now, I believe. 12? Maybe 12? Not 100% sure. The fact that this kid is 12 and knows more curse words than I probably did when I was 12, it is very shocking. And a little bit of background, my mom swore like a fucking sailor, and I never knew, and I hardly knew any of these words. Like the only curse word I knew was crap, like, and freaking. Like those were the only two that I knew back then. And oh wow, if this story is real, then I feel sorry for the child, because they're gonna grow up thinking that what their mom is doing is okay and that they can get away with all that kind of shit. And I hope that Child Protective Services was called on this fucking bitch, because she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But again, I'm not sure if this story is real or not, but oh boy was it very entertaining. This next story is called Entitled Aunt Harassed My Dad Because She Lost. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. Every Christmas we go to my grandmother's house and eat. Usually when we finish our dinner, we put on the TV and we watch The Simpsons or another show. One year we decided to make a cake contest, so my mom and her 3 sisters made cakes, and the rest of the family rated them. My mother didn't have much time to make a cake, so it didn't look good, like the others, but at least it tasted really good. The youngest sister won, and the oldest, the entitled aunt, got the last place. She started complaining about how her cake was better than my mom's, and she would be in last place. My mom got 3rd. Of course, my mother didn't pay much attention to her, so entitled aunt started complaining that one of us rated her cake low on purpose. I was the person that rated her cake low, but it wasn't on purpose. I just didn't like her cake. Entitled aunt started harassing my dad, accusing him of rating the cake low, in order to make my mom win. She even said that she could recognize his handwriting. My handwriting and my dad's handwriting are nothing alike. She got tired soon, and went to help her sisters and I to clean the dishes. My mother and her 2 sisters were talking about the recipes of her cakes, and stuff like that. But then, entitled aunt started complaining again, and told them my dad should fuck himself for rating her cake so low. I couldn't take it anymore. My dad was not a good dad. In fact, he was horrible. But he didn't deserve being punished for something that he didn't do. Maybe it was not defending him, but I wanted to be honest. Besides, I can't change the past. I told entitled aunt that I was the one who rated the cake low, and asked her if I should fuck myself. She was shocked, but also ignored that I said that, and kept harassing my dad. She was the only one who kept talking about the cake contest. My dad couldn't take her shit anymore, and both started arguing until she left. We didn't make a cake contest ever again. Some years later, after Mom got a divorce, and Thailand brought up the cake topic again. She told my mom and I that she did that because she wanted to defend us from him. Of course, this was a lie. My mom announced several times that she was going to get a divorce, and none of those times Entitled Aunt offered herself to help her or even ask how she was doing. Okay, this one is kind of short, but oh wow. If you say that your dad is a horrible person or a horrible father and say that he doesn't deserve to be harassed by some entitled bitch, then you actually have a good point there. I mean, like, of course the entitled aunt is lying because she doesn't really care about her sister or anything, and just, wow, just, that's all I can say is wow. And this entitled aunt story kind of reminds me of my Aunt Heather, because she and my mom do not get along. She absolutely hated my dad's guts, but my dad is a good person, he's a good man, he's a good father, and honestly, I am glad that I don't really have any contact with Aunt Heather as much anymore, for a lot of good reasons. But in all seriousness, this story does kind of remind me of my Aunt Heather, but she never acted out in front of me or anyone else. Just, she only acted out probably in front of my mom or my dad, just so she could get attention and sympathy and pity. Yeah, she was a horrible sister to my mom, and a horrible sister-in-law to my dad. Yeah. This next story is called Entitled Father Bullies 8-Year-Old Me. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Alright, first of all, I never thought I'd ever post on this subreddit, much like many others that I've posted, but this morning I remembered a story from when I was little, and I knew it belonged here. Cast: EP entitled Dad, EK entitled Daughter, me, take a guess. So this was about 9 years ago, when I had recently moved to Spain. So it just happened to be that in my class, there were 3 other girls, including EK, who were from another country and spoke English. My class was seated in groups of 4, and guess what group I was seated in? About a month into the school year, we got to know each other a bit, but I was genuinely quiet. I'd always been the shy kid with the best marks, but I wasn't really scared of talking to my group of people in class. The 3 girls were pretty extroverted, and would prank each other me taking pens and stuff. One day my favorite pen disappeared. It was a cute pink pen with cats on it and the cutest kitties on the lid. I asked everyone where they'd taken my pen, and they said no. I asked EK if she was sure, and she said she wasn't a thief. I went home a bit bummed out, but I let it go. The next day at 8 p.m., I'm heading to school. I was about 200 miles from my school, and my parents had to take my little sister to kindergarten, so I was alone. And this huge bearded man comes up to me and says, "How dare you call my daughter a thief? Why are you bullying her? My daughter is a very nice little girl, and you're an ill-mannered brat. Don't you fucking dare accuse my child of theft again." And he left. I was shocked. Mind you, this was a man in his late 30s, talking to an 8-year-old heading to school. That day, I didn't talk to EK or to anyone because I was too scared. Flash forward a few days, and behold, EK is using my pen in math class, and I demanded her to give it back. She told me it was hers and had no idea what I was talking about. I called the teacher and there was nothing she could do about it, so I let it go. When I was heading to school in the afternoon after lunch, I saw EP staring daggers at me, and I rushed into the school. When I got back out, he told me that his pen belonged to his daughter, and that I'm the thief and a liar, and he talked to the teacher and my parents about what I was doing. This time I was mortified, and decided not to fight over a pen, because that man was pretty damn scary. About a month later, we were doing some sort of show and tell, and I used to be really good at origami. I can make butterflies that would move their wings when you moved a hidden switch. My mom taught me how to make them, and I made some for my class and gave them away to people who I liked and to my teacher. Ika asked me to show her how to make them and give some to her, and I refused. This time I was walking back home with my butterflies and frogs, and I see a 6-foot man hovering over me saying, "You nasty brat! Why are you bullying my girl? I warned you already. I'm talking to the principal, and you're not getting away with this." He snatched my paper butterflies away and gave them to EK. I ran home crying, but didn't tell anyone about it because I was too scared. I told my mom to come and pick me up, telling her I was too scared to come home alone. EK, along with the other girls, pushed me and bullied me. I had a huge scab on my head from when I hit the wall. No one cared. They said sorry in front of the teacher and kept bullying me, and I was too scared to do anything because of EP. Thankfully, EP and EK moved a couple of months later, and although the other girls in my class kept bullying me till high school, 5 more years, I learned to stand up for myself and ignore them till they all moved away. Now I have a higher self-esteem, and I'm more open. I also don't care about people's opinions, and don't let myself be pushed around. But I swear if I see that man again, I'm going to do whatever I can to get my revenge. Whoo boy! This one is a rage inducer. Okay, first of all, why don't the parents do anything for their daughter? Because they obviously know that she's scared of something. Like, why don't they do anything about it? Why don't they go to the principal about it? I mean, I get that they're, like, busy with the other child going to kindergarten and whatnot, and probably busy with their jobs and everything. It just infuriates me that teachers and how fucked the school system is, that they don't do shit. It's like, without me, I would want to be that girl's friend and stand up to her dad and say, bitch, you can't do shit. I'm gonna tell the principal that your daughter is a little fucking bitch. I probably wouldn't say that in real life, but I would tell the teacher and the principal and saying, oh, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm they might be friends with the dad and everything, saying, oh, she's a perfect little angel who doesn't do anything wrong. And okay, this one is a rage inducer, but I'm glad that the person now has a higher self-esteem, and hopefully karma's gonna bite that fucker in the ass. Hard. Oh jeez, this one is a definite rage inducer. This last story is called My Son is Allowed to Bully You Because You're Weird. Oh boy, this is a long one, so sit back, relax, get some popcorn, some candy, some soda, whatever you guys got, some snacks, and just enjoy the ride. When I was in middle school, I developed a nervous tic. The way it was explained to me was that I had a lot of stress, but I didn't have a way to deal with it. This caused my brain to search for an outlet, which ended up causing me to scream at random times. As you can imagine, I got a lot of crap from everyone else at school because of this. I went to see a therapist to help it go away. One of the first things that she suggested was that I bring a stress ball to school. I picked up one of those stress balls with faces and named him Gerald. Nah, that's so cute. You know, I actually have a stress ball, I should probably name him. Or her. I had Gerald for about a week, until one morning on the bus. I had Gerald in my front pocket of my backpack, and was trying to get some homework done, when I heard my backpack being opened. I looked up to see one of the high school kids holding Gerald up in the air. I knew this kid, and he was one of my worst bullies. But his granddad was friends with my granddaddy, so I had known him my whole life. He lived with his mom, entitled Mom, and his granddad. I hoped that he would show some humanity, so I spoke up. Can you please give that back? He went back to his seat and opened up the window and threw Gerald out. The bus driver told the kid that she was going to write him up, which would get him kicked off the bus for the rest of the school year. Unfortunately, she told me that she couldn't legally stop the bus. When I got home that afternoon, my dad picked me up and told me that both he and my mom had received emails about the incident. I told him I didn't want to talk about it at that time, and he understood that and gave me space. A few hours later, we got a knock at the door. My dad answered it. It was EM, entitled Mom. I got a call from the school today saying that AK, asshole kid, can't ride the bus anymore because of your daughter. She said, I'm a single mom and I work. How am I supposed to pick him up from school? I don't know, my dad said. I frankly don't care. Your son bullied my daughter. My tic was triggered and I shouted, which caught her attention. How is he supposed to treat her like a normal person when she does things like that? You know she can't control it, my dad said. Bullshit, EM said. You just don't discipline her properly. I bet she does it for attention. EM, my dad said. I can't do anything about what happened to AK. That was completely up to the school. Yes, you can, she said. Just make her tell the school that she was provoking him. And then they'll let him back on the bus. How was I provoking him? I asked. He literally took my stress ball from my bag while I wasn't looking. How is that fair? You're allowed to scream at random times with no consequences. And you're allowed to have toys on the bus like a 5-year-old. EM countered. My take is caused by stress, I said. The stress ball was supposed to make it stop. Your tick? Yes, she really used finger quotes. Isn't real, sweetie, she said. I know you're faking it. And you think you can get away with it because you weren't brought up correctly. Because your son thinks he can get away with tormenting my daughter because he wasn't raised right, my dad said. He shut the door in her face and locked it. We waited a few minutes, and she finally drove away. Our story doesn't end here. The following Saturday, I was home alone when there was a knock at the door. It was AK and his granddad, GD. My grandson has something he'd like to say to you, he said. I'm really sorry I took your stress ball, he said. I won't bother you anymore. I was too surprised to say much, so I shrugged and said, It's fine. No, it's not fine, GD said. If he or his mother ever bother you again, don't be afraid to call me. GD pulled out his wallet and tried to hand me a $20 bill. That's very kind of you, sir, I said, but the stress ball is only about $5. The extra 15 is for putting up with them, he smiled. Okay, I said. Thank you, sir. The next day after church, I bought a stress ball that looked like Gerald and named him Gerald II, or Gerald II. A week later, everyone on my bus was told that we couldn't have personal items in school, phones, gaming systems, stress balls, because it would make other students jealous. I can't prove this, but I'm pretty sure Ian made a big deal about things not being fair, and the school decided to appease her. My therapist ended up getting me to try some breathing exercises when I'm feeling stressed, and they actually worked a little. But after all the stories I've read on the subreddit, it's a very real possibility that an entitled mom will demand that I give her my lungs because her kids get good grades. Okay, first of all, I am really glad that the asshole kid's granddad is a very good man and that he is the sweetest man in the whole world to give this girl $20 and the extra 15 for putting up with his asshole grandson and his bitch daughter. Or his bitch, daughter-in-law. But the fact that the entire mom complained to the school, saying, it's not fair that my son is gonna stress ball, it's making him jealous. And the school said, okay, we'll appease to your bidding, our queen. Like, holy shit. How much of a bitch do you have to be? Like, if someone is stressed or they have some disability or anything, if they are stressed and they have, like, stress-induced tics, stress-induced panic attacks, stress-induced anxiety, just anything in the world, saying that it's not fair that their child doesn't get to bully them, and just, oh boy, this... The mom is rage-inducing, and yes, it did that basic, annoying white girl voice for her, because I thought it'd be very fitting for this woman in the story. The entitled mom, not the person who wrote the story. And, oh boys, just, why? Just because someone has, like, tics or panic attacks or anything, that doesn't make them weird. Just, people are not allowed to bully anyone. And saying, my child is allowed to bully you because you're a fucking freak. If someone said that to my child, I would punch him in the face. Now, I'm not going to be a mother. I don't necessarily want to be a mother, but if someone said that to my child, I would punch them square in the face if they did that. But at least the granddad was a good man to the original writer of this story. But anyway, this is the last Reddit story I'm probably going to end up doing. And if you like this video, be sure to make a punch that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to sub to join the Pupper Pack today. And I'm probably going to showcase some fan art right here. Don't know what it's going to be, but it's just going to be a lot of random fan art. And I want to give a huge shout out to the fan artists who gave me this fan art. You guys are amazing, you're wonderful, you're lovely people, and I love you guys so much. And I also want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon for their support. If you want to support what I do, my Patreon is linked down below, and if you have a commission in mind, my PayPal is linked down below as well. And if you want to see more of the subreddit reading videos of r/entitled be sure to let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you later, pups. Stay awesome, stay strong, stay beautiful. Oh, and if you have a Entitled Parent story, be sure to share it in the comments as well. I did not script this video, I am very sorry, but hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. And again, stay awesome, stay strong, and stay beautiful, pups. I love you all, and bye-bye.